they come and quote the news as if it's real and factual. That's telling me you have no ability to think. You have no critical thinking skills. You can't evaluate. You cannot analyze yourself. You have to be told what to think. That's a bad situation. And that's how they program your kids in school. Little Kennedy here in college right now, she is under severe brainwashing right now. She got to have an anchor from God not to succumb to the brainwashing, not to become part of the status quo, not to fit in, not to want to belong, not to try to measure up to a peer group's evaluation. You got to be able to stand in the midst of darkness as light and not flinch. It's a rare person now. Most people do what? Conform to the collective. They want to be a part of something. That's how they join churches. I want to be a part of this movement. You better be careful about these movements. And see, that's what I'm saying. You can't have an identity in you outside of Christ. Don't identify with racial groups. Don't identify with your gender and become a part of the feminist movement. Don't identify with anything other than Jesus Christ. Any other identity or affiliation will bind you. AKA member, Delta member, Q-Dog, Alpha member. See, that identity will bind you. You had no identity in and of yourself, so in college you had to join some kind of a sorority or fraternity to give you identity. And it puts you outside of Christ. Anything that you have to be initiated into and have to swear pledges and allegiances to is binding you. The Masons, the Eastern Stars, anything that you pledged allegiance to, including the flag, will bind you. Because you don't just pledge allegiance to the flag, you also pledge allegiance to the laws that govern the nation, and to the republic, which is the rule of law, for which the flag stands. You pledged what? Allegiance to it. And one of the laws that govern this land is the law of abortion. I pledged allegiance to the law supporting the flag that actually gives credence to murdering 60 million kids. And here I am with my hand over my heart crying. See how outside the scope of everything the gospel is? The gospel is outside the scope of everything that you think is normal. You have to have your mind deprogrammed to walk with Jesus. Because everything you were taught and everything you took for granted as normal in the world is the Antichrist spirit manifesting itself to make you think contrary thoughts to God's thoughts. He says, my thoughts are not like your thoughts. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. You don't think like me, so you can't walk with me. So you got to go through a systematic deprogramming, deconstructing how you think to have God reconstruct your mind to think like He is. And all I do is hit on the things that people are actually thinking are normal, and they kind of wake up. They're almost like, I can't believe he's like the lights are too bright. I can't believe that too. I can't, like a deer in headlights. It's really that bad. It is that bad. All this junk we've ingested our whole lives, we took for granted that the devil was a righteous person trying to help us and telling us the truth. The devil is submerged in every fabric of this world. If you think that joker don't have an ulterior motive when he's talking to you, you better think again. He's got a plan to work on your mind to make you not able to believe in God. Everything he is doing is turning your affections toward the seen so you can't believe in the unseen. He's doing that on purpose. Trust in your welfare check. Trust in your food stamps. Trust in the system to take care of you. They get ready to hang you out to dry. They get ready to cut your stuff out. You done sit on your behind when you should have been in school all this time. Now you should have been getting while you getting those food stamps and all this help, you should have been in school. and weaning yourself from what the system and dependence upon it. So you're sitting there 45, 50 years old talking about they cutting our stuff. Well, all this time you didn't get an education? Don't you know after all this stuff that happened in the 50s and 60s and these folks standing on the steps of Alabama University with George Wallace trying to tell them not to get in, all these HBCUs that have been founded, all these ways, you can get into an HBCU with a 1.6 grade point average. They almost let you in. You know what I'm saying? And here you are with no education, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years old, thinking the government, now who is the government? See how crazy that is? The government is nothing but all the taxpayers that work and you don't.